it'll be quicker. We threw a rock on it, the rock broke. So we figured, oh, it's all right, we can walk on it.
Are you gonna go to Dad?
It was just before Christmas vacation. 10-year-old Mike Graves and his friends Milton and Adam lived near the small man-made lake and walked by it every day.
There were still some waterfalls running out there, and even though most of the lake was fairly well frozen, the portion of the lake that they were headed for was fairly thin.
Bruce Hines lived in a house by the lakefront.
Hey guys, be real careful walking on the ice.
I said there's a possibility that you could fall in.
Okay.
All right.
And they just kind of looked at me like kids do, like, who is this guy? And I just figured, well, that went right on by them.
We gotta go to Orange Lake. Yeah. We went under the bridge, and then we got onto the shore, because it's really not the best place to walk.
That's what I got though. Got out of baseball. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's an awesome game.
I'm gonna go to gym for specials.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Mike going? Hey, Mike, come here.
Back. Come on.
Come back, Mike.
Don't do it.
Come back here, Mike.
Either he didn't hear us or he didn't listen. It was just really weird, because there was a big hole the day before. Great. But he just kept going.
Come back here. Help! Help!
I'm just screaming for help and thinking he could die. And then Milton tried to go get him.
Help!
It just really freaked me out, because I had never seen anything that scary before.
It was just like an electric trap door had opened underneath them. And I knew that with the temperature that day, maybe 10 to 15 minutes is all that they'd be good for. I was right near the phone, so I dialed 911 and just handed it to my wife as I ran out the door.
As Jane Hines headed outside, Milton managed to find a solid section of ice and climb out. But Mikey could not follow.
We're calling for help! Arapahoe emergency. Hello, can I help you? Okay, you gotta calm down and tell me what's going on.
There's a child in the lake at Arapahoe Lake on Jason Road.
Okay.
Orchard and Arapahoe.
Hold on, I'm gonna patch you through the fire department. We'll get people going. You need to calm down, okay? Take a deep breath and calm down, because nobody can understand what you're saying.
Right, I didn't even realize you were already on. My husband just handed me the phone.
Okay.
The initial thing that you have to do is take control of the call. Sometimes that means raising your voice a little bit, trying to get through that hysteria and get the information that you need.
Hang on, help's on the way.
Help me.
The ice was so thin that you couldn't even lay on the ice to try to get on your belly and crawl out to him. And the thing that was going through my mind was, how long can we wait before we put another person in the water to try to get him out? Do the seconds make the difference? Is it a minute that's going to make a difference? And that was the scary part.
How old is the child?
I have no idea. We just looked out and saw two children in the lake. One got out. My husband is there with some other neighbors with a rope.
I specialed in the truck to the dry suit. Anthony, crank up the heaters in the squad.
Paramedic firefighter Brian O'Malley was among those who responded.
We were talking in the firehouse, and I was saying it'd be good to go over that ice rescue training we'd had just recently, to actually do it out on a lake with the ice. And that's about when the tone went off for a child that had fallen through the ice.
Help me. Help.
I will remember those screams as long as I live, because I knew we didn't have a lot of time. I just said, God, we've got to send them angels. We've got to help this child.
Hold on, I got a phone.
Neighbor John Kidney had been taking a shower when his wife told him a boy was trapped in the icy water.
Barbara had my boots there, and she said, here's your boots. And I just couldn't even think about the boots, because I was thinking, first of all, I don't have time, and secondly, I'm probably going to have to jump in there.
We'll get you. Hold it.
I was just scared. He's my best friend, and it looked like he wasn't going to make it.
Hang on. Keep it up. Come on.
Where's your husband? Is he still out there?
Yes, he's out there. They've almost got a hold of the child. He's screaming hysterically, but it's like a couple of feet too far from him to grab.
Hang on. Hang on, Mike. Hang on. You got it, Mike. Hold on.
Mikey!
Hang on to it, Mike. Hold it. Hang on. Hang on to it, okay?
Mikey,
Come on, hang on to it. We got you, Mike. Hang on to it. on to it, Mike. Hold it. Hang on. Hang on to it. Okay.
He just didn't have the strength to hang on to the pole. He just kept saying how cold he was and help me. And his pleas for help didn't really make it any easier.
Anytime your core temperature drops below 90 degrees Fahrenheit, there's a great chance the heart can fibrillate. And when it fibrillates, it just goes into a chaotic spasm, unable to pump blood or sustain life.
The only fire station in the district that had a cold water rescue suit was also dispatched, but they were farther away. To save time, firefighter Mike Butterfield put on the specially insulated suit on the way to the scene.
They need a code response. You might want to go code 3 that direction, yes.
Hang on, Mike!
I was just trying to keep him focused on me and focused on Bruce so that he knew something was being done, because I was afraid he was going to pass out.
Another neighbor, Pat McIsaac, was leaving for work when he heard the screams coming from the lake.
I grabbed my extension cord, 50 foot in length, and my thought was that keep the extension cord out there. It's a lifeline to him. It's a security blanket, if you will.
The first rescue workers got to the scene less than 4 minutes after the call.
He had all his winter clothes on when he went into the water, and clothes have a way of trapping air pockets and keeping you somewhat buoyant. But all the while, the water's filling up those air pockets and going to become an anchor pretty soon.
He has a lot of people on the shore who was rooting him on. He saw a lot of that positive, yes, you can do it, we believe you can do it. That possibly gave him that extra strength or moments to hang on.
We thought we might be able to get the ladder extended out to the victim and have him grab onto it, because he was still conscious, he was still above the water, which meant we had a chance.
About 15 feet deep.
Okay, you got the rope?
All right, here's the rope. Wax here, Brian. You got the dry suit. Come on back. Come on back. Come back.
Hang on the rope. Come on. Hang on to the rope. Attaboy, Mike. Hang in there, bud. Come on. Keep coming this way. You're doing good. Grab. You're doing good. Come on. Walk your way. Right there for crying out loud. Keep kicking.
His face was just a face of terror. Once I grabbed him, he just totally relaxed. It's like he almost went unconscious.
15 minutes after he fell in, 10-year-old Mikey Graves was pulled from the icy lake.
As he was shaking, he said his jaws really hurt because he'd clenched down so bad. And he was saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. When we got him in the rescue vehicle, we started to dry him off and get blankets on him, and I took most of my clothes off and held him to conserve his temperature. And it was just like holding a block of ice.
Mikey's temperature had dropped more than 12 degrees below normal. He was taken to the hospital where he was treated and released the next day.
I feel like I'm a lucky kid because they kept on encouraging me and they did a lot for me. I know one thing, I'm not going to walk on that ice unless there's supervision or something like that.
Mikey's mother, Helen, also can't forget.
The first thing he said to me is, you know, I love you, Mom. When I look at him, he's got the sparkle in his eye, and he's the whole barrel of fun, you know. I'm just glad that he's here.
he is still the same old Mikey to me. To all the people that helped him, I really think they're the best. Because if they wouldn't have helped him, there wouldn't be a best friend anymore for me.
Yeah!